Hey guys, Shikari Ferrari here, hope you're doing well and welcome to my Mortal Kombat X video about additional content. My ideas for more story, arenas, stage fatalities, skins, characters and their variations. I hope you enjoy. At the end of the main story, Raiden threatens Kitana and Liu Kang to stay away from Earthrealm or their face fates worse than death. My idea for the DLC story is Raiden has been corrupted by the power of the amulet. As it has been made by Shinnok, his influence is seeping into Raiden, making him more dangerous. An incident has happened where he has killed many innocent Earthrealmers. He sees himself as judge, jury and executioner. So the plan is for the other Earthrealm warriors is they're going to restore the Quan Chi Revenant warriors, as they may have knowledge of the weaknesses of the amulet. And so, if they need to, combat Raiden, as the amulet has made him even more powerful, and to hide it away forever, as destroying it will restore Shinnok. So here's my ideas for a 6-chapter DLC story. I'll just explain what each chapter will involve and who will be in it. Cassie and the team are told by Bo' Rai Cho to go to Nightwolf's village in the desert, as reports from the village say that some sort of presence of a great wolf has appeared. Bo' Rai Cho hopes that this is his spirit animal and may help dispel Quan Chi's magic and restore him, thus hopefully Nightwolf giving knowledge on how to restore the others. It then cuts to Sub-Zero and Scorpion. They are searching for Triborg as the helmet of Sector has been taken from the Lin Kuei Palace. They encounter him and other cyborgs made by Triborg and they fight. They destroy the cyborgs and Triborg flees. Sub-Zero and Scorpion learn that he is building an army to wipe out all organic life in the realm, and that the Black Dragon is also after Triborg in hopes of reprogramming him to fight for them. At the Special Forces base, Sonya, Jax, Johnny, Kenshi and Bo' Rai Cho are discussing how they can confront Raiden. Bo' Rai Cho says that they need powerful warriors to confront him, and that's why he sent Cassie and the team to try and accomplish this task. Then suddenly the base is under attack by the Black Dragon clan, led by Tremor along with Tanya and Rain. They successfully break out Kano and Sonya, Jax and Johnny go out to retrieve him, leaving Bo' Rai Cho and Kenshi at the base to make repairs. Cassie and the team make it to Nightwolf's village to find it under attack by cyborgs. They attack and destroy them. They then encounter Sub-Zero and Scorpion, who have followed the trail of the cyborgs from the Lin Kuei Palace to here. They exchange information and Sub-Zero tells Cassie that the Black Dragon clan is also after Triborg. They then find on one of the cyborgs the location of where they are being made, which is Sector's old base. Cassie relays this to Sonya, who acknowledges that the Black Dragon clan have also found the location and they're headed there now. With that, Sub-Zero and Scorpion go to meet up with Sonya and the rest of the team. Then, the elders of Nightwolf's village recall him from the Netherrealm in order to restore his soul with his spirit animal. Takeda fights him and defeats him, and his spirit animal turns to green energy and merges with him, restoring him fully. Nightwolf thanks Cassie and the others for saving him from the torment. He then tells Cassie and the team that the Revenant Warriors' souls are being held in Outworld in the Soul Chamber. If he was taken there, he could free them, and then they would have to escort them to the Netherrealm so they can bond with the fallen warriors. Back at the Special Forces base, Bo' Rai Cho and Kenshi encounter Raiden, who thinks there's someone who is planning to threaten Earthrealm in the base. Bo' Rai Cho and Kenshi assure him that there is no such threat, and he should remove the amulet and hide it away forever. Raiden warns them if they are trying to deceive him, they will be dealt with, and then he disappears. Nightwolf, Cassie and the others enter Outworld and approach the entrance to the Soul Chamber. They are then stopped by Erron Black, who warns them that Kotal Khan is planning to invade Earthrealm shortly. He says this because he has not been paid by Kotal Khan, and is looking for the next job. Cassie thanks him for the information and says he will be rewarded by the Special Forces somehow. They then enter the chamber and Nightwolf frees the warrior souls. As they are about to leave for the Netherrealm, Noob Saibot appears, ordered by Quan Chi to protect the souls, as if they were freed they would pose a greater threat to Shinnok at the time. Nightwolf fights him and defeats him, and at the same time is able to restore his soul, but Noob Saibot's appearance still stays the same as the Wraith. Noob Saibot then opens a portal to the Netherrealm and then they all enter. It then switches to the location where Sonya with Jax, Johnny, Sub-Zero and Scorpion along with Lin Kuei and Shira Ryu warriors assault Sector's old base, engaging Triborg and his army of cyborgs. But of course, they are not the only ones there, as the Black Dragon clan members Tremor, Kano, Tanya and Rain are all there too. The factions all face off in a bloody battle royale. Towards the end of the fighting, all clans suffer casualties. The Black Dragon clan are nearly all killed. Rain disappears knowing that they will not win this fight, and Tanya is killed by Triborg. Tremor and Kano are knocked down. Sonya, Jax, Johnny, Sub-Zero and Scorpion all use their projectile abilities at once and destroy Triborg, and this causes all other cyborgs to explode. As the dust settles after the fight, Sonya realises that she is badly wounded, and they return to the Special Forces base as quickly as possible with Kano and Tremor in custody. Noob Saibot, Nightwolf, Cassie and the team enter Quan Chi's fortress and encounter Revenant Liu Kang and the rest of the warriors. Suddenly, the spirits that Nightwolf freed in the Soul Chamber spring to life and take the form of each Revenant warrior, and the battle ensues. After the battle, all the Revenant warriors are restored fully, and Noob Saibot makes 2 portals. Noob Saibot says the first portal is for anyone who is not an ally of Special Forces and they should proceed. The other portal is for the Special Forces base, and all the allies of the Special Forces then proceed. Noob Saibot stays in the Netherrealm to take charge. When the warriors arrive at the Special Forces base, Baraicho expresses to Liu Kang and the other restored warriors it is good to see them, and that now they have the strength needed to confront Raiden. While they are at the base, Cassie tells them that Kotal Kahn is going to invade, so the team, being Liu Kang, Katana, Kung Lao, Sub-Zero, Striker, Scorpion, Jax, Cassie, Takeda, Jackie and Kung Jin go after Raiden, leaving Johnny and Sonya at the base. The Earthrealm warriors confront Raiden in the Sky Temple, but are not alone as Kotal Kahn arrives with Ermac, Reptile, Ferrator, Eren Black, Goro and a load of Outworld warriors. Kotal Kahn orders them all to kill Liu Kang and the others. Suddenly, Lin Kuei, Shiryu and Special Forces personnel surround them. Kotal Kahn barks orders to compensate, cursing of how they knew of his arrival. Eren Black, being the first one to move, approaches the Earthrealm warriors, holding out his hand, as Cassie throws him a reward for his information and turns towards Kotal Kahn. Furious, he screams mercenary as Eren Black nods and agrees with him. Raiden then suddenly appears and demands to know why Kotal Kahn has come and is about to kill him. When Kotal Kahn manipulates Raiden, saying he is here to protect Earthrealm from your Earthrealm warriors who have come to stop you, Raiden falls for it and accuses Liu Kang and the others of plotting to take Earthrealm for themselves. Liu Kang tries to reason with Raiden, but it fails and the battle begins. The last battle is Liu Kang and Raiden. Throughout the fight, Liu Kang is trying to plead with Raiden, saying that he can be saved as he was. Raiden swats it down and believes Liu Kang is still evil and needs to die. And Liu Kang realises he has no choice and kills Raiden. The amulet falls to the ground. With that, the Elder Gods summon a great wind and sweep Kotal Kahn and his invaders into the air and into a portal back to Outworld. And then they make Liu Kang the new protector of Earthrealm, as it should be. The amulet is then sealed away in an underground chamber by Liu Kang and Katana in Earthrealm, and vow never to let anyone find it again. It then fades to black. And that is my 6 chapter DLC story, and bearing in mind that is the short version. I actually did like a script type of thing for this, where I even include some character dialogue and a lot more in depth with the scenes you see play out. So like, especially with Triborg and Sub-Zero, that first chapter, that was a long one. I just cut it down. I got halfway through it and then I went, oh, this would be a really long video, so that's why I cut back on it. But I'll release it anyway. I've still got to finish it off while this video goes up. Now I'm still working on it. I'll put it up on my Twitter when I'm done with it, but I'll also put it in the description when I'm actually finished with it, if you guys want to check it out, of course. But yeah, this is just a short version. I have done a much longer version if you guys do want to check it out.
Round 2, fight.
So here's my ideas for more arenas and stage fatalities. I thought to put them together in this one section. It's basically new arenas. The desert, I want to be a new arena with a Cyrax Easter egg. So you see him in the background like you do in Mortal Kombat 3. The stage fatality for that one is you basically uppercut them and it's quicksand in the background, so they basically sink below, and maybe there's a creature under there as well, so blood splurts up, and that's basically the idea I have for that stage. The second new arena, the Soul Chamber, I want it to look like the Mortal Kombat 9 Soul Chamber, but it's a bit more rundown since Shao Kahn's defeat, so some souls have actually escaped and are swirling around while you're fighting whoever you're fighting in the match. And the stage fatality idea I have is basically you uppercut them in the air, and then one of the spirits or two of them grab you and they throw you into the heart of the Soul Chamber, and basically when you're in there you start to melt and then shrivel up, and then you explode into like a basically bloody mess, Indiana Jones style. So I think that'd be fun to see, because I'm pretty sure you'd be screwed if you were thrown into the heart of the chamber, don't you think? And my last new arena idea, I really want another classic Mortal Kombat arena to come back, and that's the Kombat Tomb. I think they could put some cool interactions in there, and yeah, give it a well-needed makeover, because it hasn't been in any game, I don't think, since 2. I mean, it was in Shaolin Monks, which was a good fun game. But yeah, I really want to see that in this game. And obviously, if you remember the Kombat Tomb, it's got a spiked ceiling, so clearly that would be the stage fatality. You uppercut them face first into the spikes, and like in Mortal Kombat 2, I think it'd be a nice little Easter egg to make them fall back down, because you could do that in Mortal Kombat 2. You could press a button and then they would slide back down and hit the floor. So I think that'd be a fun little addition as well if they put it into this game. But yeah, I really want to see the Kombat 2. And here's just my other stage fatality ideas for the arenas that are already in the game. So to start with, the jungle, you uppercut your opponent into the river with the crocodile as they get torn apart by the croc, basically. Because again, I'm surprised they didn't do that from launch. I mean, it's pretty. It was so obvious that could be a stage fatality. It is. I think it is just a matter of when it comes out, because I'll be very surprised if that is not a stage fatality down the line. The Dead Forest, you uppercut them into the high treetops, and then as they come down, they basically just get shredded by the twigs and branches, and when they hit the ground, you just see the mess that's happened to them on the way down. So basically, this like twigs and branches and everything like just sticking in them everywhere. The Sky Temple, you're struck by lightning over and over again, burned to a crisp, with skeletal parts exposed towards the end of it. I think that's the only kind of environment hazard there is on that map, because yeah, there's lightning strikes over and over again on that map, so that'd be fun. The Destroyed City, you throw your opponent into the aeroplane engine where it activates and spins, reducing your opponent into a mush that flies out the front in a puddle. So yeah, I don't think we got any mush kind of fatalities yet. Well, we haven't got hardly any stage fatalities, so yeah, more mushy goodness. The Crossroads, you uppercut your opponent into the lava, seeing them struggle for a bit, and bits of them are getting burnt off until they sink below the lava. The Emperor's Courtyard, you're thrown to the horned creature that's behind you when you're fighting. It looks like you're going to get trampled, but you don't. But he in fact pulls down a bit of the wall, and then you're just crushed by massive bits of rock and just splat basically. Quan Chi's Fortress, you're thrown to the big muscular thing in the pool when he basically rips you in half and then sticks you in the spikes that are around his pool. I do like the little rumours and speculations that actually might be Shao Kahn. I think that's quite a fun thing to think about. And the last idea, and probably my favourite one that I've thought of, is the Lin Kuei Palace. You uppercut the opponent and they begin to fall off a cliff towards an icy lake below. At the same time, a shower of arrows comes from Lin Kuei warriors, and the opponent hits the ice and then is riddled with the arrows head to toe, and while bits of them are kind of just sliding down the ice as they have hit it basically, and some of the stuff gets pinned, so like a brain flies out and it gets just pinned by an arrow. Just ridiculous thing like that. I think that's probably my best one I've thought of. So yeah, let me know your ideas for stage fatalities. I'll be really interested to see what you guys come up with. So here's my characters and variations section. I love to see these 3 characters in the game. The first one being Rain. I know he's in Mortal Kombat 9, but I thought he was really enjoyable to play. and he's in the story mode. I mean, and again, you could play him in a mod in the PC version, and come on, Ed, just put him into the game and make people happy. I'll be happy with that. And yeah, so here's my his Rain and his 3 variations. So Rain's core special moves would be Super Kick, Lightning and Teleport. Variation number 1, Aqua. Bubble cast and bubble attacks that utilise Rain's power over the water and trap enemies in bubbles that he can move when an enemy is caught in one. Also combos as well with this variation, so exactly like Mortal Kombat 9, if you are able to get an enemy in a bubble, you can move them wherever you want, and then you set up an uppercut or other chain combos to basically keep them from them attacking you completely. Variation number 2, Water Clone. You can create a clone that can be placed anywhere on the screen. If your opponent walks into it, they're held in place. If you are hit, the clone disappears. And its last variation, Water Columns. He raises water from the ground that lifts opponents up into the air. Enhanced will keep them in the air for a few seconds. That's it for Rain. On to my next character, and that's Noob Saibot. Like many other people, Noob's probably one of my favourite characters, or just ninjas in general. I've always liked them in the previous Mortal Kombat games. I always used to be Reptile, my brothers used to be Sub-Zero and Scorpion, so yeah, I do like my ninjas. His core abilities will be Ghost Ball, Slide with the Shadow and Teleport Slam. His first variation, Black Hole. Like in Mortal Kombat 9, you can cast a black hole anywhere on the screen, and if the enemy is caught in it, he is dropped down in front of Noob. Although in this one, if the black hole doesn't connect with the opponent, it stays on the ground unless you are hit when it's on the ground, then it disappears. Variation number 2, Shadow. Lets you use your Shadow clone for special moves, so grabs, anti-air attacks, the clone can grab them and hold them in place, that kind of thing, and more combo moves that are associated with the Shadow. And his final variation, Caster. Different variations of Ghost Ball to cast against the enemy that have different effects. For this variation, I'd say the Ghost Balls are slower to cast for balance. You would also still be able to use your core Ghost Ball to stop the enemy from blocking in this variation, but there's 2 additional Ghost Balls to use. One that changes attacking and movement controls, and the other stops special moves, so your opponent can't use a special move if he's been hit by this particular ball. That's it for Noob, and my last character is Nightwolf. His core special moves will be Shoulder Charge, Reflect and Bow. His first variation, Spirits. Utilise your bow, tomahawk and knife in combos and special moves. So bring some of the combo moves from Mortal Kombat 9 into this one. I remember some combos from the last game where you'd pull out a knife and stick them with it, and you'd uppercut them almost with the tomahawks. So yeah, just borrow from the last game and put this into this variation. Variation number 2, Shaman. Use a chant to buff yourself and another to limit your opponent's super meter. Both slow casting but powerful if pulled off, a bit like Jason's Pursuit ability. The buff is an ability that heals you when your opponent is attacking, and the second ability takes away your opponent's special meter, 1 bar for normal and enhanced for 2. It only connects from a certain distance. Green smoke indicates the length when cast. And finally, his last variation, which I think would be awesome if they ever added a Nightwolf into this game. This variation I think would be a must-have, and that's a Wolf variation. Summon a Wolf to help you in combat. You gain Wolf combo moves, and it has the option of different special moves, mauling, hold, or throw the enemy for you. And that's it for the characters that I would like in the game. Let me know your ideas for the characters you want and their variations. Again, I want to kind of get discussion going, so yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Other things I can think of in the game, new skins. I'd love to see a new Predator skin, the Wolf mask being one of the main ones I'd love to see, and other ones if they could add them from the different films and comics and stuff that we've seen. Jason X, I'd love to see Jason get that ridiculous robotic near enough skin from the film. That would be quite funny to see. Reptile Human, if we could, like a classic Reptile Human from 1 and 2, because I do miss a Reptile, human Reptile. And obviously if they added Rain and Noob to the game, classic skins of them, and Tremor also. So yeah, classic ninja skins for those guys. And for my story ideas, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, katana spirit forms, like kind of green mystical kind of energy, but an outline of them, something like that. You know, just as for free, all for free, of course. And that's pretty much it for all my ideas for additional content. If you love MK, I'm doing a little series called MK Matchup, where I go against people online. I'll put a link in the description and on the screen now if you want to check it out. Thanks very much. If not, no problem. And like I said at the end of each point, let me know your ideas for more story, arenas, stage fatalities, the characters you like to see in their variations. Get a little discussion going. And yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys later.